The ecosystem, a term that has been used and overused in the world of tech. Guilty as charged. Look, I've used it on shows of Tech Today before as well. So what does that really mean? For instance, if you were to go and purchase, well, a new iPhone, AirPods Pro, and then also the Apple Watch, then you'd be investing in the Apple ecosystem. You can keep building on it with an iPad, an Apple Pencil, HomePod, it just goes on and on and on. But this is a great way to start, right? A phone, AirPods, and a watch. That's one way of investing in an ecosystem, but that's something which would be very, very, very expensive. It will cost you over 2 lakh rupees depending on which phone you buy and which kind of AirPods you buy. What if I told you that there needs to be, or maybe there is, an alternative ecosystem? In the ecosystem battle, OnePlus was our only hope, and with their devices, I think it's still a work in progress. So then you think about it, saying these are still the flagship premium ecosystems. What if I want an affordable ecosystem which works really well? Maybe under 40,000 rupees. That's why the Tech Today table is crowded, because we have the Air 2 Pro by Oppo. This, of course, with the Reno 7 Pro. But what we're going to do is a newer launch is something we're going to focus on, which is the Oppo F21 Pro and the F21 Pro 5G. These, well, in the affordable smartphone category are, well, in a class of their own. And then the Oppo Watch Free. This is what the ecosystem conversation is going to be about. A four-letter company which seems to be innovating in this space, and we've seen it with their foldables, we've seen it with some of their premium devices as well. But then when it gets affordable, there are options, and there is this small sort of ecosystem that we think is brewing out here as well. So how do you come up with an ecosystem on a budget? So like I said, we'll be focusing on these 3 products to build our Oppo ecosystem. The Oppo F21 Pro, which has really caught our eye in terms of its design language, the Oppo Watch Free, which I think is quite an interesting proposition at the price point it's offered. And these, well, it's the dark horse, the Oppo Air 2 Pro, which look a lot like my AirPods, but are they a true bang for your buck? That's what we're going to find out. Let's unbox them. So we're actually showcasing this ecosystem because these are all recently launched products from the Oppo lineup. And this one really belies the price tag, because as soon as you hold it in your hand and you look at this leather, well, orange poppy sort of finish, it looks so premium. That's not all. There's a lot of things like these ring lights around the camera, which I'll show you in a bit. They are absolutely stunning, mind-boggling design. I have not been so impressed with an affordable smartphone for a long time. It's not just that, they've also tried to innovate with the camera sensor. They have a new, well, Sony sensor, which is quite flagship-like if you ask me. So really, it's safe to say that this is one good-looking smartphone. And then, of course, Oppo has innovated with a lot of things. The camera sensor has really been improved, and it's also powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 680, which we've obviously seen in a lot of phones already. And there's a lot of low-cost offerings where you actually see this chipset. This phone is only available in one sort of variant, which is 8 GB of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. And it comes with a 4500 mAh battery, 33-watt Super Whoop fast charging, and look, it's snappy, it's got an intuitive OS, it feels amazing to hold, it looks good, and I think Oppo does a fairly decent job with their cameras. But what really stands out is how good looking this phone is. I've really enjoyed using this phone, and frankly, we've used a few Oppo phones on Tech Today, but now when you actually use it in their ecosystem, it's not like there aren't benefits. There's several benefits, and that starts off with the Air 2 Pro. Now these headphones, as soon as you take them out of the box and you open them, they automatically connect. If you have, of course, an Oppo phone running ColorOS 11 and above, they automatically connect and pair with that phone. And I think that is interesting. Now, I'm going to tell you the price of this, and then it's going to be, well, a mind-boggling moment for you, because these are actually under 3,500 rupees, as opposed, of course, to my AirPods, which cost maybe 6 times or 7 times that amount. They also come with active noise cancellation, and throughout my time testing these guys, they've sounded fantastic. They don't have spatial audio and stuff like that, but at 3,500 rupees, if you've got headphones which look like this, which fit in your ear pretty well and automatically pair with your Oppo device, that is a great start. These orbit lights that I was talking about, or the ring lights around the lens, are not actually a gimmick. You can actually use them for very useful things, and they look really good. As you can see, you could use them for notifications for incoming calls, always on while charging. They could be used for game launches. They could really just work as notifications and blink all the way. And that sort of adds, well, a new element to your phone, which is kind of refreshing if you compare it, well, to all the flagships. They've gone kind of boring and morose, if you ask me. And this sort of tiny, frugal innovation can go a long way in enhancing your user experience. Look, sometime in 2020, we were really excited about Oppo launching an Oppo watch. A lot of influencers and reviewers covered it, but it was a little expensive and people weren't entirely sure about it. Cut to 2022 and now they have the Oppo Watch Free. Well, it's not really free. That said, if you're using the Oppo Watch Free, then you know that it's more like a fitness tracker in terms of, well, design than a smartwatch, but it does everything that a smartwatch does. And I really put it through its paces by comparing it with the Apple Watch. For instance, if you're taking a heart rate reading on this and then a heart rate reading on this, you'd be surprised that they give you exactly the same figures. It's a similar story when you're talking about blood oxygen levels, which is something that's become very popular. A lot of people want that feature on their smartwatches or wearables. It's giving me precisely the same reading when it comes to blood oxygen monitoring as well. And this is obviously all for 6,000 rupees, and I'm very impressed. It's very comfortable to wear. The plastic isn't, well, that annoying on your skin as well. And if you're talking about the features on it, there's all sorts of exercises. I do a lot of weight training. You also have your sleep tracking, and then you have your activity tracking. You can also control the F21 Pro's camera from this, and music control. It has a flashlight. You can find the phone. So if I click this, well, it's found my F21 Pro. It'll be interesting to see if I pair this with several devices, how it works. Of course, it works really well with the Oppo scheme of things. Now, I'm just trying to tell you, of course, there's no comparison to flagship smartwatches and stuff like that, but it does the job. It looks pretty good. Even an affordable ecosystem, if we were to explore what OnePlus has to offer, what Oppo has to offer, or even Xiaomi for that matter, we can add a tablet to this, right? We know that Xiaomi is launching a tablet very soon as well. Maybe we should do a Xiaomi ecosystem, because this has become a very interesting space for tech companies to innovate. If you can come up with a better user experience and, well, some incentive for users to buy just your products, then it's, well, a win-win for all of us. Look, you'd say that under 25,000 rupees, if I want to purchase a phone, under 30,000 rupees, there's a lot of options from Realme, Xiaomi, OnePlus also, and the like. But if you look at these phones and then you say you have no real preference when it comes to the operating system or the software that's on those phones, and you're okay with ColorOS, then I haven't seen a better looking phone, like I said, in this price point. So just for the looks, I would pick this. The Oppo Watch Free, there's a huge con, which is the name. It shouldn't have been called the Oppo Watch Free. That makes it sound a little less premium. And frankly, it has all the features that you'd want in a tracker under 10,000 rupees. And if you're getting it for 6,000 rupees, great. Well, I'll be honest with you, while wearing them, they weren't the most comfortable, maybe because I'm used to the Samsung Buds and of course other truly wireless earbuds and the AirPods Pro as well. But the Oppo Air 2 Pros were fantastic, especially when you consider how they look and the fact that they cost less than 3,500 rupees and they come with fantastic bass and active noise cancellation. When I look at the ecosystem we've assembled here on Tech Today, I can say this safely, that this is an ecosystem which is affordable and it works effortlessly.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.